Hello, my amazing people. I greet you according to your time. If it is your first time and you like what we are doing here, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notification. It's very, very important because it will enable you to know when we upload a new video. Here we react to all forms of videos, we educate, we inform the members of the public about what is happening. And to you, YouTube, I appreciate you for creating this wonderful platform that we are using to disseminate information. At the same time, I put a disclaimer that here in Linda's TV show, we do not promote violence, we do not promote hate speech, we do not promote misleading information. Rather, we are here to educate, inform the members of the public, and also to remind you too that a call for self-determination is never a call for war. Every country in the world have this.
Of the federal government that they said they would not pay ransom. Perhaps there is a background to the fact that there was a time in this country where there was a negotiation between the federal government and negotiators to rescue kidnapped victims. Maybe that was the background when this government says on his own stance is that no ransom, no negotiation of that nature with kidnappers or bandits.
I personally support the position of Mr. President and by extension the federal government. But that decision should be taken and backed with action. What I mean is I still believe, Sheung, that if we are serious, these bandits are in Nigeria, they are not anywhere. And these bandits can be traced overnight.
Maybe they are still within the bushes and the forests of Kaduna
Definitely,
State.
they are not outside the country.
I'm even saying maybe they're within the bushes of Kaduna State
it's
where
possible.
they kidnap the students.
So and now that the president have given them a serious marching order, I'm sure the result will be out. When bandits kidnapped and killed legislative aides to one of our senators, and I must commend my friend, the FCT minister. He put a bounty on the head of the two kidnappers, and then they are now history because he, succeeded in arresting them and then bringing them to justice. So the government can do that, and I think that is all I can say about that.
Is anything working at all in terms of what we have put on the ground within the defense, the intelligence community, and the security architecture of this country? Is it working? Because we saw what happened in Sokoto, we saw what happened in Borno, we saw what happened in Kaduna, and all of these are pointing to the fact that people are being kidnapped from their homes, their schools, and days after, we have not heard anything about it.
It's working, but we have not gotten to where we want. And that is as in those days, you don't hear or talk about kidnapping, armed robbery, and all that. We have not gotten there yet, but with the determination I see in this government, and of course, putting what is required, I always say we require team. Training, equipment, motivation of the security agencies. If you do that, we still don't, I repeat, we still don't have trained security personnel on ground. We still don't have enough equipment on ground. Our security agencies are not motivated and they are not armed in terms of ammunition, and even in ammunition.
But we thought in this budget, it's the highest we've seen in the last cycle.
That is where you have the problem. In fact, if I'm in the position of the CNC and Mr. President, I'll give the security agencies a blank check, but I'd want security back. Blank checks. CBN, when they need money, write it. And are we going to spend to get this security back more than the 27 trillion we have spent without knowing for what?
And so the question one we ask you is that it's cost a lot of money to keep your constituency, Borno State, for example, safe, as it worked all over the years. As it worked, especially in the north.
It has worked. Borno State, my village, I have to go through, before coming of Buhari government, that is in 2015. The airport was closed. we don't have light, we don't have communication, we don't have anything. And our people are not even accessible. Those that were trapped in the enclaves, Boko Haram had the audacity to declare my own town and local government as their caliphate headquarters. And if I had to go that after the Nigerian army chased them away, I had to go to Yola. Then army helicopter would take me, an Air Force helicopter would take me to Goza to land in order to see our people. But these days, I drive to Goza from Maiduguri or anywhere. You can go to Goza from Yola. You can Mubi, Adamawa. You can go to Goza from Maiduguri now without escort, but not in the night anyway, because there are still small black spots. Normally, in case the issue of terrorism and security, they will always strike back as long as you do not finish them completely. And that is also a difficult thing. It takes time. But this government being so determined, I think we are getting there.
Are we?
Yeah, we are getting there.
What would you say that they are doing, this government is doing, that looks like we are achieving something?
Even what the president said today is something. That he will not do this, he will do that. That is something. At one time, nobody is talking anyway. And nobody is taking a position. The president has now taken a position. He has given a marching order to the security and service chiefs. Most of them, I learn now, are in Kaduna in order to be on ground to make sure that they get those children.
As the one in Kaduna was happening, Senator, we heard about the one in Sokoto and the one in Borno.
Yeah.
I mean, if you focus your attention, the perpetrators are in some other places. I mean, what do we need? When do we expect or hope to see the end
of this
kind of...
We are repeating this now. I say, as long as we don't put enough boots on ground, equip our people, and make sure that we motivate them to do their job very well.
Your party promised and campaigned.
You see, don't bring
just
politics
a moment. No,
please.
This is not don't politics. Just hold on, Senator. Let me ask my question, please, sir. The question is that if a particular party who is coming into power promised the people something, we have to ask. Yeah. At the campaign, your party said that they're going to employ more people into the military, into the police. And that's the question I'm asking, Senator.
That is not something...
That's what your party promised.
Wait, they are doing that already. But it's not something that you say, okay, everybody should report to so point and join the army. No, there is a process. And they are doing that. Police is right now, doing the recruitment process. And the number, the president has given them numbers to jack up the number, I think, to 10,000 or...
No, we have just about 350,000 there. Registered men in the Nigerian police force.
No, the one that they are recruiting right now
is about 10,000.
Is about 10,000. Nigerian Army too have now increased their... It was limited to 5,000 or 6,000, but now they are going to 10,000 too. So it means the government is doing something. And then there is this challenge of facilities. There are some basic facilities that they need in this training because we pushed. I was the chairman army, as you said. And at one time I asked them, why don't you just check in and the number that came for you? Because every time they do recruitment, over 100,000 youths will be there waiting to be enlisted. So just take all of them in. They say, why are we going to train them? The facilities are not there. Then we suggested too that why don't you train them in all of these NYC camps? Then the problem that goes with that is the trainers. Not everybody will train
is a trainer.
Trainee. Yeah, it's a trainee. Everybody is a trainee, but those that train them are people that are specialists. I ask all these questions. The same thing with police, the same thing with Air Force, the same thing with Navy. And in fact, they do take even some of these because we ask them to have special forces. These special forces cannot be easily trained locally. And most importantly, you are talking about money. That is where the problem is. When you have a serious problem, and the Constitution is clear, it says security and welfare is the main purpose of government, and then you are taking up that you are spending too much on the security agencies. That shows unseriousness. In a budget of 28 trillion, check how much is going to security, how much is going to welfare. So much of it is going to, things that are not really important. To me, I repeat, I have said it severally, that if we have to stop anything and make sure that the purpose of government is achieved, that is security and welfare of our citizens, so be it. And that should be the best thing to do. Secure the place. But this, fortunately, this president, I severally said, is responsive. Is responsive. So let's give the president a chance, and also let us be optimistic, not this pessimistic attitude that we have.
Well, I mean, it's easier for those of you who are in government to think that people are pessimistic when people are actually worried. It's out of worry sometimes when people lament, when they are insecure. When people are being bombarded...
Are you optimistic or pessimistic?
I am optimistic. I believe so much in this country, and I believe...
In the leadership of Asiwaju.
I believe in what government says, but it's only when they derail from it that we begin to hold them to account. But if government says, we will do it, I believe that they will do it until they start derailing from it, then we start asking questions.
There is no form of
so the question is that, look, the people can't speak for themselves. So the media, the onus is on the media to do the job that is enshrined in the Constitution for them to do. And that's why we are having this conversation. For those of you who are in power by privilege. Now, the question here, Senator, there are those who believe that FRS, NSCDC, all of these paramilitary organizations, we're talking about boots on the ground, we're talking about personnel. We already have these personnel. Why don't we fuse them and retrain them? People are saying FRSC, the role of FRSC is captured already in the police. NSCDC is, their roles are sometimes duplicated in the police. That's what we even say ICPC, EFCC, their roles are also captured in the police. There's nothing EFCC can do that the police may not be able to do. There's this duplication of duties and effort. Do you think in that regard too?
Yeah, I think so. And I think the president has put in place a mechanism to align all these agencies, but I don't think they are dwelling into the areas of security. But let me say that on all this that you are talking about, I agree with you. But I have the statistics, not exact. All the security agencies in Nigeria are not up to 1 million. You'll be shocked, isn't it?
The entire
custom, DSS, immigration, in civil defense that you are talking about, federal road safety, all the people that
NDLA,
they are not up to 1 million. Go and check. Are we serious?
What number do you think is right if you are talking about securing this country?
There is a United Nations standard for all this.
The ratio of citizens to the police?
Yes, like police now. Let me give you an example. Egypt has about 100 million population. They have 1 million police or more. Now, they have 500,000 army, not the Air Force. They have number of their Air Force, they have number of Navy. That is Egypt, that is half of our population. But here in Nigeria, the Nigerian army, I think they are just 230 or so. The Nigerian police are 300 and something, not up to 400. So,
well, I mean,
so you can now understand why I say this. Need to have more boots on the ground.
Like yesterday, it has to happen now. Do you believe in the state police concept?
No.
You don't agree with it?
That is my personal love. No. We are saying that we don't have enough police. Have enough police, then create, if you have, as they have it now, we have zonal police, whatever. You have more zonal police, central training. And then the other agencies that you have in the state, if you have state security, maybe in the next years, but now with this, we cannot manage it.
Because the UN will tell you 1 police officer to 450 citizens.
Yes.
But in Nigeria,
so I think it's up to 4,000 citizens or more.
but the question.
So why no, you are derailing small. Add more number. Let's have like 2 million police. 2 million police. Let's have like, army, because it's interventionist organization and we are not anticipating war. You can go up, jack them up to 500,000. you know, and then you have 1 million or 2 million police or 1.5 million police. They will be policing everywhere. All this thing will not happen.
But how effective would they be?
They will be if they are trained.
To other federal states, federal states around the globe.
Yes.
Where do they practice this kind of policing central police system without actually having the local and community policing?
That is
how much will a man from Bayelsa State in Menembe know of Goza, where you come from?
I still have them in Goza. This Nigerian army, they recruit and post them everywhere.
No, I'm talking about the police.
Yes, even the police. They don't have problem with that. When I was growing up, we had police that are Yoruba, that are Igbo, that in Nigeria then, Nigerian police, they posted to Goza and they stayed there. And in fact, I have some people in Goza where they grew up, the DPO. I think one couple of them made a family because when they are posted newly, they stay there, they marry from Goza, and that is good for the country. The problem is not whether a state or something. The problem is that we don't have the number and they are not equipped, armed, and motivated.
But Senator, why don't you believe in state policing?
Our system. In America, for example, you are from the south. If you want tomorrow, you can go and live in Maiduguri, and once you meet the minimum standard, nobody will tell you, this man is Yoruba, this one is this. No, an American. Hillary Clinton, decided to stay in New York, and she contested and became a senator. In Nigeria, you cannot do that. Even in your state, they will say this tribe, and then they will go back to say this religion. That is what we are doing. You can't do that. It's not the same. America is one, but Nigeria is 440 in one. 440 or more in one. You know what I mean by that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have over 440 tribes in Nigeria. Every tribe is claiming, except the few, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Fulani. But many of us, like me, I cannot speak Kanuri in Borno. I don't speak Kanuri. I'm not Kanuri. I'm not Fulani.
You don't speak Fufude?
No. My father does.
You don't speak Kanuri?
No.
You don't speak, but you speak good Hausa.
Yeah, Hausa is decent because it's the northern language, generally. Like in all other places. I'm not the only one speaking Hausa. All northerners mostly speak Hausa.
So, give us an understanding. So, if there is a vote today for state police, will you vote?
I'll not. I am straight. I'm not. I will vote for strengthening the police, not state police.
Those are those who are saying
because they will be abused.
We should have the armed forces. We should have the Nigerian police force. No, I'm saying, based on what I asked you earlier, that those who are saying, let's have the policing that will do the internal security. Let's have the armed forces. Which one
internal? The armed forces are not supposed to be doing what they are doing now. They are supposed to be there to defend the international integrity or,
territorial integrity of the country.
Yeah, territorial integrity of the nation. But they are engaged in 35 states or even 36 now, doing security job that the police is ordinarily supposed to do.
So if you were the president, what would you do differently?
I will continue to recruit more police, train them effectively, and deploy.
Do you have that money?
Yes, we do. How much is given to police now? What is our budget? How much are we spending on less than 1 million civil servants? How many are we spending on 469 National Assembly members? Essentialities of government is not even a priority. Up to now, we still have issues with salaries of university lecturers. We have issues with the Nigerian army, even their security agencies. We are paying an army recruit less than 50,000. You are paying police 50,000 and you expect magic? No.
You give him a gun.
And you give him a gun.
And bullets in it.
And bullets. Or anyway, they don't even have enough bullets.
So we don't look serious as a country to tackle the insecurity.
Yes, when it comes to it, you cannot ask for security by just securing yourself and exposing the security man to a risk. They don't even have enough
gadgets.
No, what do you call this?
The clothing they wear, the gears.
Bulletproof jacket. I've seen them. I've worked with them. They don't even have good place. They are speaking. They sleep in most places, like in the theater, in a shelter that made out of
bamboos.
Bamboos are no. Bamboos is not in the north now. This thatched this thing, grass. And you know what the insurgents were doing at one time? They would just come and put fire in that place, and the soldiers will be running up and down, and they attack them. That's why they come, like 10 of them or 20, and then they will displace our soldiers that are like 50 or 100 that area, because they don't have. If you go and see them, you pity them.
Senator, we're due for a break, and I wanted to know, because there are those who have blamed some of the vigilantes that have worked in Zamfara and some northwestern state, and they are linking them directly to some of the resurgence of these bandits that we are seeing. Are you worried about that scenario playing out?
I am, and that is because we don't have the necessary security number on ground. Yeah, going back to what I'm saying, it's true. And because these people are not paid, these people are volunteered, and even when they volunteer, there is no control, there is no checking, they are not well paid. So, and they will do anything to compromise that security as long as it does not affect them directly.
I mean, the government has said that they will remove police, VIP policing for people like you.
I don't have police.
You don't?
I don't.
You agree with that decision?
Yes, I agree with that. You don't start, piling security in their houses. And look, I was attached with 3 secret police. That time, because the government wanted to kill me.
What do you mean the government wanted to kill you?
Yes, they tried to kill me that time because they say I'm sponsor of Boko Haram. So the IGP, as at then, attached security to me, and I told him I don't need one. And then I came to understand that it's safer for me to have a secret police, not because of my security, but in case they come say I went to a meeting with the Boko Haram, they will be there to give where, when I was. So that's why I ended up with 1 plain clothes police. I don't have police in my house. Go and check. I don't have police in my house in Maiduguri. Go and check. The only police that goes with me is the one that is spying on me.
So you think that this is the way every politician and VIP should be behaving in Nigeria?
Yes, yes.
No police
escort,
nothing.
You see that day when we invited service chief, the police and all their this thing would, even with in GMG in Abuja. No. I support that fact that they should take away all their police.
We don't have enough numbers anyways.
What?
We don't have enough police.
If you go to National Assembly now, every in the front of our district is full of security men. You have to be looking for a way. Yeah, I don't support that.
All right. Let's go on a break, everyone.
If I cannot, then what of my people? The people I represent, do they have police? In my local government, the total number of police is not up to 30, is it, or 40? In my town. And then one senator will be going around with 10 police, 7. Member House of Rep, everybody in the house. That is one mobile with him. Some even give security to their wife. Others give their security to their children. I'm against that.
Yesterday, you and your colleague suspended Senator Abdul Ningi from Bauchi. But you realize that was an illegal decision by you and your colleagues, isn't it?
I don't know.
You don't think it's an illegal?
Well,
you've been punished also by your colleagues.
Yes.
Suspended.
The difference is, I was suspended on the facts that I presented. I was suspended because there was serious allegation then that Saraki illegally imported a bulletproof Range Rover without paying the duties. And it was also an allegation, not allegation, there was a proof that actually Dino Milai didn't have a certificate. And, I proved that. the Range Rover, purported Range Rover, is now being used by EFCC because it was confiscated, and the president gave EFCC then. And up to now, again, that issue of whether Dino completed university or not is something that is in the public domain now, debate and all that. But then they went ahead and suspended me for 6 months, which was illegal. I went to court, and the court said it was wrong. But then I've served the punishment. The punishment. But the advantage is that the court ordered that all my entitlements should be paid. That is the biggest savings that I've ever made in my life.
But the question here is that there are judgments of court. And I mean, they're recent as to the one, Senator Ovio Omagege, that the court has laid its
precedence.
There's a precedent by the court, and that's not been shifted, and it has not been ruled over. That the National Assembly does not have the power to deprive the people of their constituency, of their representation. And there are those who argue, Senator, that whatever Senator Ningi did was outside of the chamber, and there are those who are arguing that it has criminal in nature that should have been reported to the police, which has jurisdiction to act on it. Do you agree?
No, I don't. Look, I don't want to go into that.
His governor is strongly behind him.
Yeah, it's natural. There are some members in the Senate. I tried yesterday, as you could see, if you watch, not to get to that level, but I didn't succeed. And when they put it into voice vote, you still had people that said nay. So it's normal in democracy like ours, where the majority will have its way, and the minority have its say. I said yesterday, I tried to douse the tension and try to beg Ningi to apologize, and also to beg the presiding officer to, be temper it. But what worried me yesterday, let me be honest with you, I sit next to the leader. The leader of the Senate was very angry of what Tinubu did, and Senator Ningi did. But honestly, to me too, it was wrong. What he did was wrong, because I was involved. In the first instance it started, there was, remember, I discussed with you, when they said the capital project in the budget was skewed to the south, and that out of the 15 trillion, south and north got 2.5, and that this. So I came here and I told you that the total in that time that was brought before us by the president is not up to 9 trillion, it was 8.9. And they are talking about skewed capital project to the south, and the total adding up to 15 trillion. That 15 trillion is strange. Even with the amendment that we made, the capital component of this budget is not up to 10 trillion.
So what you're saying is that Senator Ningi, in your own, in the sensibility of some of the senators that are angry, was trying to ethnicize and politicize the budget.
That is it, which was wrong, totally. Ningi shouldn't have done that. You know why? Because I'm involved. I told him, when he brought the figures, he said, the first instance, I said, get a consultant to analyze the budget. If the North is shortchanged, we'll stand up to that. We will not agree. We will not. And I still say it here, that if the North in any way is shortchanged, I will not agree. But there's no evidence. How can I say that the South have changed us if I don't have any evidence? I am the vice chairman of appropriation in the Senate. And we, the Northerners, as you see, the Southern senators are 51, we are 58. And I believe that every senator from the North is patriotic. He cares for his zone and the North. And it's normal. And it's also okay for our 51 senators from the South, as they did today, to come together to protect the interests commonly. There's nothing wrong with that. But then I cannot accuse the South. It's wrong. I am an adult, not an adult getting to an old man, 64 years old, a senator. If I see facts, I told Ningi when he says so, I said, oh, let's go to the public.
Was this discussed on the senators, Northern Senators Forum?
Yeah, there were the senators at the Northern Senators Forum, and they agreed, I was not there, to see the Senate President. I was there because I was asked to be there. Ningi asked me to be there. But I told him if he has evidence, let him show me. And I'll be in the forefront. In fact, I told him that we'll do a press conference. You read this thing. I will sit on the left, and the cow will sit there. And then we'll get another person from all the northern geopolitical zone to present our point to the public. To my greatest surprise, when he agreed that we should see the Senate President, and the Senate President, after his presentation, he said, well, I don't know anything about this. Let me have the document. I will get somebody to analyze it, and then we'll know the next step. And going public the way he did is not the solution. Because, yes, let's assume that the North has been shortchanged. The next thing is how do you pay us back? If you give, you are supposed to take 10, and I'm supposed to have 10, and I discovered that you gave me 5, and then you took 10. The next thing is give me my 5 balance. Okay, where do we get it for you? We do a supplementary budget. We do environment. We do amendment.
Well, Senator, some of you are senior senators, as in quote, and ranking senators, were said to have taken about 500 million value of constituency project. How many did you get? How much did you get?
Let me tell you about that, and that is what I want to address the public here, so that they get enlightened about this. This constituency project is not a new thing. In America, you stayed in America, in the American politics, they call it pork barrel. Pork barrel. Mm-hmm. In fact, their own is worse than our own, if it is by that standard.
Because of the involvement of the lawmakers?
Yes, the lawmaker, if you give him, they allocate funds for him, he decides what to do with that money in his constituency. And is given to them discretionarily. Not the same. If you are an APC, you get more. If you are a Republican, and now in Nigeria, for example, in this thing, right now, it's Democrats that has the majority. So most of the Democrats, lawyers, senators, lawmakers, will have more than their counterpart as a Republican.
Is that what is playing out in the Senate?
No, we are very nice to PDP, despite the fact that they didn't treat us like that when we were...
But you got 500 million, and some of the ranking senators in PDP.
Put it in your record.
What did you get?
Wait now. Each senator, not get, I don't want...
the value of constituency project?
Allocated. Each constituency or each senatorial district, for example, all the senators have 200 million naira as their constituency project. But I'm a leader. And that is the difference. 10 of us are leaders, including the ones in the opposition. They get more than the
floor members.
The floor members. It's normal. It's they agree. But the difference now is in those days anyway, that decision is taken by the senators. We have what they call Senate Budget Committee before. But now, the floor members entrusted that to the presiding officers. You understand? That's the difference. So most of the senators don't know what I get. And I will not tell you. Since I didn't tell my colleagues now.
You can tell us here.
No, are you better
some of your
No, but my colleagues know that I got better than them, more than them.
But you get up, maybe you got up to 1 billion.
It doesn't matter to you now. I told you my colleagues know that I got more than the 200.
Maybe 500
and
million.
There's some,
yeah.
No, look, you can't just pull this. I've told you the truth now. I got more than the floor senator. It's normal.
Because the senator from Cross River said that every one of you are corporates. They are in, you are all in this, and you all got, and the disparity was there.
Yeah. It's disparity now. We are not all the same. All animals are equal, but some are more equal.
The question is...
Wait, now, I'm telling you. Yeah. All animals are equal, some are more equal than the others.
That's what the case is.
That's what the case is.
So the question
and the other members know that, and they have agreed to that now.
Senator, the allocations which perhaps Senator Ningi was trying to make in the non-transparency of the line items, in breaking down the details of the line items, which amounted to about 3.32 trillion.
Yes, I'm going to give you the breakdown.
Why didn't the Senate give the breakdown?
No, it's not the responsibility of the Senate to do that.
Whose responsibility is that?
You know, like now, where would the figure? Let me give you, please, because the public is watching us and they are listening. You understand? So don't be this thing. Just calm down. The Nigerian Judicial Council. That is the figure that
we have it. We have the table.
Table.
NJC 341 million.
NAS
billion. NAS 344 billion. Public Complaints Commission 14 billion. INEC 40 billion. And all of that, TED Fund 700 billion, all coming to 3.32 trillion.
Thank you.
Why didn't that details being provided
to
the public?
Those organizations? For years, for ages, we have been categorizing them as statutory transfers.
But it doesn't mean that it should not. The details should not be provided.
No, it has not been like that. Are you going to change it? Go to INEC.
Under SH0CK, NAS budget, the details of NAS project for the first time was given to the public. No, not only NAS. The details of the project have been given for the first time. That's why I said that is an APC government. In PDP, you have never seen that kind of a thing. We have been passing budget. I was there in the minority. There's no details. We just pass them. Now it's the same PDP now that is saying that this government is not providing details. During PDP, we don't know. We just passed the summary of the statutory district. Senator, we're out of time. And I would like you to close by letting the Nigerian people know, because there is a lot of distrust in the Senate. And some of your colleagues said the integrity of the Senate is called to question, because a lot of the Nigerian people are not benefiting from this constituency project. A lot of the constituency project are abandoned. With Channel Television and budget using the program tracker, we track most of these projects abandoned. Money have been pushed out, but no benefit to it. What can you tell as a leader in the Senate? The integrity of the Senate is called to question. What guarantee do we have?
That is not true. Let me put it capitally. That is not true, because the executing agencies are not a National Assembly member.
Oh, you have the role.
Wait now. That is the problem. When I'm talking, you are talking. I mean, when you ask your question, keep quiet so that.
But Senator, when I do not agree with you, I have to cut it.
No, but when
so that we can get clarity.
How can you cut me? Let me finish before you say that one is a lie.
Go ahead.
Me, for example, I've been given like the amount allocated to me for my constituency project, and then it will be domiciled in various ministries. It is that ministry that is responsible for the execution. It is that ministry that selects the contractors. Will only sign on to it when that project is completed. During SH0CK's regime, only 40%, as Pabio mentioned, was executed because it was only funded 40%. But go and check the records. During the Buhari administration, after the army allowance tenureship as a Senate president, the constituency project was 100% funded, and therefore they are completed. So all these abandoned projects that you see, go and ask the contractor, and the contractor will tell you that he has not been paid.
Senator, we need to go. But thank you so much, Senator Alain Dume. I appreciate your time tonight on the program.
Okay, thank you, Senator Seun.
So I'm the 110th Senator, the one that puts you guys in check. Thank you so much indeed for coming.
Thank you so much for sticking to this video to the end. Like I said before, now it's time for us to go to the comment section to air our mind and our opinion. Say what you think about this video and this platform. Do it constructively. Share this video, like, subscribe, and also continue to watch Linda's TV show, because this is the home of news. Until I see you again in my next video, remain blessed. For now, I would say bye-bye.